بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله نبي الهدى محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Inshallah, we continue quickly the series of Traveler during the month of Ramadan. We have established the following: that is it okay for a traveler to break his fast during the day because due to travel? And the answer is yes, Allah gave permission. Then we asked, does it have to be a hardship? Does it have to be a difficult travel in order for him to entertain the allowance to break his fast? The answer is no, it doesn't have to be a hardship travel. It's a permissible act, it's a rukhsa, it's a concession, it's an allowance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted it to the believers so they can utilize it if they wish to. Then we have established also, do I have to break my fast if I intend to travel during the month of Ramadan to follow the Sunnah? The answer is no, because this is just an allowance. It's not really the Sunnah. It was not reported that every time Prophet Muhammad SAW, intended to travel, whether it's a hardship or it was an easy travel, he would break his fast. It wasn't. It's just an allowance. It is a rukhsa, it's a concession. That's all. So you do not have to break your fast. Now, when can I break my fast? We have established also by consensus of the scholars that during travel, everyone agrees that the traveler has the privilege to entertain this concession and this rukhsa. So whether the travel is taking 1 day or 2 days, like in the past, it used to take many days. However, nowadays, also with our connections, we might end up being en route for almost 2 days. So, yes, this is by consensus. Now, what we want to establish today is how about after a traveler reaches his destination? So, most of the scholars, the majority of scholars, have limited this concession, and they said the following: if a person intends to travel and then reaches a place and knows that he's going to stay only for 2 nights, over the weekend, and then comes back, then they said this is considered to be all travel because he's not really settled. It's just in and out. So it's just over the weekend. So they said, since it's not more than 4 nights, he should be okay. He should he should be able to entertain the concession. So yes, Friday during the travel he broke his fast. Saturday he broke his fast, even though he's in the hotel now. Sunday he broke his fast because of so many meetings and invitations and what have you. And then he comes back on Monday. So yes, they said, and that's the majority of scholars. Some have extended that more days than 4. Some have extended it more. Some got up to 14 and some got up to 21. Where is the discrepancy? Why have they differed on the number of days? It's because of the incidents that took place in the past of how long Prophet Muhammad SAW traveled, and they considered that to be the legit travel time. However, there are minority of scholars, but they have a strong stand and opinion. Say honestly, there is no dalil, there is no proof to limit the days of travel. The fact that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ stayed in one area 4 nights, the fact that he stayed in other area 14 nights, the fact that he stayed, the longest he stayed was 21, does not give the privilege for us to limit and cap it up to 21. It just happened that this was the duration of his stay. So we can't limit people to it. So they end up defining a traveler to be on travel as long as he's away from his residence. Away from his residence. The fact that he resides in a hotel and he's just having a rented car does not give him the title as resident, so he's still a traveler because it is not his residence and he's not settled. And he's still on the phone telling everybody that I'm on travel. He still has his luggage, his suitcase. He still does not treat himself as a settled, as a person that has settled. So, with that opinion, they said it doesn't matter for that person whether he stays 4 nights, 14, 21, even if he stays a whole month also, or even more, he can entertain the concession. And as long as he's not really residing in his residence, then he can entertain it. Okay, so now talk about the makeup. How would that be? Then, right after the month of Ramadan, this traveler that has entertained this concession has to make it up. Has to make it up. So there is no privilege to say, well, I'll pay money to the poor and needy. So, no, it must be made up after the month of Ramadan. And then whatever days he broke and he missed, then he needs to make up those days. So this needs to be very clear so people don't relax on this, inshallah ta'ala. That, inshallah ta'ala, should be it for this session. Inshallah, we'll continue tomorrow. Jazakumullah khair. سبحانك الله بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مع السلامة.